2025, and as the elected president pro temp, I'd like to call to order the 2025 winter organizational meeting. Oh, when he get there, we go. Treasurer, please call the roll.
Ms. Barnes,
Present.
Mrs. Gherkin,
Here.
Mrs. Barwig,
Here.
Mr. Vasquez,
Here.
Mr. Parker.
Here.
Thank you, Treasurer. Now we will have the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would like to participate, please stand. Thank you. And now we will have our mission and vision statement read by Dr. Durant.
TPS mission to provide innovative educational opportunities that ensure each student is prepared for the future. Our vision statement to empower each and every student to lead and live a purpose-driven life. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Durant. And now we'll move to section 2, which is the election of the president for the 2025 year. I would like to request a nomination for president. I would like to nominate Bob Vasquez. Second. So I would like to call the roll.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Mrs. Gherkin,
Yes.
Mrs. Barwig,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yes.
Mr. Parker.
Yes.
solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge, that I will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as President of the Board of Education, my duties as President of the Board of Education of the Toledo City School District, Lucas County, Ohio, of the Toledo City School District, Lucas County, Ohio, to the best of your ability, to the best of my ability, and in accordance with the laws now in effect, and in accordance with the laws now in effect, and hereafter to be enacted, and hereafter to be enacted. During your continuance in said office, during my continuance in said office, and until your successor is elected and qualified, and until my successor is elected and qualified. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. President. I would like to turn over the meeting to you.
At this time, I want to ask for a motion for Vice President.
I would like to nominate Chris Varwig for Vice President.
Second.
Second, is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Treasurer, please call the roll.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Mrs. Gherkin,
Yes.
Mrs. Barwig,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yes.
Mr. Parker.
Yes.
I solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of Ohio. That I will faithfully and impartially discharge. The duties of Vice President of Board of Education. of the School District. Lucas County, Ohio. To the best of my ability. Laws now in effect. And hereinafter enacted. I'm sorry, what? In continuance of said office. And who my successor is.
Before we go forward, I want to thank Randall Parker for his steady leadership throughout the year as president. And one of the things about Randall is he has a method of quiet, thoughtful, and heartfelt leadership style when he's not preaching. He's like two completely different people. But one of the things that I've learned about Randall is that he is a good listener. He wants all the information. He doesn't make rash decisions. And he thinks through everything. When he's leading, he leads with his mind, but he also leads with his heart. And that's one of the things about Randall, and that's what makes him very special. So Bishop Parker, I just want you to know how much we appreciate your leadership over the past year. I have been in this situation or position a few times to be able to lead the school district. It's truly an honor to be in this position. It's an honor, and sometimes it's joyful, and sometimes it's very difficult. But I will face every challenge that comes, and I will also embrace all of the good things and all the joyful things that we have in the future coming up. But, one of the things I wanted to do is, because I've done this a few times, I wanted to take the chance to reflect a little bit, okay? And because even though I've done it a few times, does not take away the significance and the importance of leading Tula School Board. One of the things I want to do is I want to introduce my wife, sitting over here.
eyes rolled.
And she just rolled her eyes. Because she likes to stay in the background. You know, often we sit up here and we talk about sacrifices that our families make for us. And when we talk about those sacrifices, they're usually pertaining to the time factor of having us away from our homes and in the committee. And because we have a committee structure and because we are so involved in things as board members, there is a certain time commitment. But, you know, one of the things I also want to talk about was one of the things that's pretty hard for families. And that is that sometimes people are happy with us and sometimes they're not. And by people, I mean from every facet of the community. And I think one of the hardest things for our families are when they're in a position to hear when people are not happy with some of the decisions that we might make. And I know with my own family, we're the ones that they love the most. I have my wife and I have 2 sons. And I do know that sometimes it is difficult for them to listen to maybe bad things being said about the people that they love the most. So I think that's also one of the big sacrifices. So I invited you here today because I thought it was very significant. The other thing I want to do is I invited 2 other people here, and they're in the front row sitting next to my wife. And they're Rich and Jeannie Crossan. Back in, I think it was about 2009, 2010, maybe in 2008, we sat around and we were discussing embarking on this journey for the school board. And so they were there from the beginning. They've been with me all along throughout this journey that I've been on. And to be honest with you, they're the ones who've done all the legwork because a lot of people see us up here and everything. And one of the things we have to do is we have to get petitions signed. We have to run a campaign. We have to contact as many voters as possible to make sure they know about us and that they'll vote for us when the time comes. So Rich and Jeannie have been with me through this journey right from the beginning, and I wanted to acknowledge them. So stand so they know who you are. So the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to acknowledge my colleagues here. And again, I've been doing this for a number of years, and so I've been around a little bit. I was telling my wife, Kathy, that I was out to lunch and somebody said to me at lunch, "You've been around a while. Tell me how this works." And it was just somebody from the community. And it wasn't about the school board. It was about something else in the community. And sometimes I like that term, "You've been around for a while." Sometimes not so much. So, because I'm not really sure what it says, but I'll take it for what it's worth. But one of the things that I do know is that as a school board, we do a darn good job. We work hard. We don't always agree. We work it out. And we always try to keep at the center of our decision-making our students and our staff. I should say our students and their family and staff. Okay. And that's one of the things that why I think it was important even to introduce Rich and Jeannie Cross. They work in the community and they work over at Mosaic in South Toledo, and they work feeding our children and our families. And they also work at after school kinds of activities for our students. So it's something that we all believe in. It's something that everybody up here believes in. And I think being in a leadership situation is sometimes difficult. But you know, when you listen to leaders, they often talk about how they come about to be a leader and how, you know, what is the makeup of a good leader and those kinds of things. And for me, I never really felt like you lead people. I really feel like people allow you to lead them. So I think that that's kind of what we do here on the school board. Basically, the main responsibility of the president of the school board is to convene meetings and to do what I'm going to do next and sign committees and things like that. Other than that, we're all equals. We all have equal input into every decision that's made on the school board. So we have to have a president who tries to take into consideration and make it so there's an environment that every school board member can give their input and feel like they can contribute. So I think we got some great people here, and I want to acknowledge my colleagues. Thank you very much for electing me to this position. So. Okay, we've all had a copy of and we have a copy of the board meeting dates. What I need now is a motion to pass the resolution for the school board meeting dates.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. Is there any discussion? All right, hearing no discussion, Treasurer, please call the roll.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Mrs. Gerken,
Yes.
Mrs. Barwig,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yes.
Mr. Parker.
Yes.
Okay, section 5, as I mentioned earlier, the president names the committees and organizations. So I'd like to start with committees. And I'm going to go down the list and name those. And you know what? When I do that, let me pass these out. And I'm hoping they're right. So you might want to read along with whatever. Okay, so I want to start with Arts, Athletics, and Student Activities Committee. Chair Chris Varwig and co-chair Randall Parker, and the liaison is Ms. Kelly Walsh. We're going to set times. I have times in here, but we're going to set our own times. Okay, after this, we'll all get together and set our times. Curriculum Committee, Ms. Polly Taylor Gherkin as chair, co-chair Chris Varwig, and the liaison Mr. Galt. Early Childhood Education Committee, Chair Randall Parker, co-chair Sheena Barnes, and liaison Dr. Amy Allen. Head Start Policy Council, Chair Randall Parker, co-chair Sheena Barnes, and liaison Dr. Amy Allen. Family and Community Engagement Committee, Chair Sheena Barnes, co-chair Polly Taylor Gherkin. Finance and Business Operations Committee, Chair myself, Bob Vasquez, co-chair Mr. Randall Parker. Liaison Ryan Stixolte. Human Resources Staff Development and Training Committee, Chair Ms. Polly Taylor Gherkin, co-chair Mr. Randall Parker. Liaison Dr. Treva Jeffries Martin. Policy Committee, Chair Bob Vasquez and co-chair Sheena Barnes. Workforce Development and Partnership Committee, Chair Chris Varwig and co-chair Bob Vasquez. Okay. So that covers the committees. Now I'll go on to appointments. And for anybody who's listening and doesn't know, we all are assigned organizations as representatives of certain organizations. But it doesn't mean that everybody can't be involved in whatever organization they want to be. They can attend whatever conferences with those organizations. About the only one that's probably not true of is OSBA designation, okay? And that's the House School Board Association. So let's start off with the Council of Great City Schools. And the delegate, my delegate was myself, Bob Vasquez, and the alternate is Chris Varwig. National Alliance of Black School Educators, the delegate is Ms. Sheena Barnes, and the alternate Randall Parker III. OSBA Annual Business Meeting, Delegate Polly Taylor Gerken, and alternate Mr. Randall Parker, third. OSBA Black Caucus, Delegate Mr. Randall Parker. OSBA Board of Trustees, Delegate Mr. Randall Parker. OSBA Legislative Liaison, Delegate Ms. Chris Varwick. OSBA Student Achievement, Delegate Randall Parker. OSBA Urban School District Advisory, myself, Bob Vasquez, and alternate Ms. Polly Taylor Gerken. OSBA Diversity and Inclusion, DI Committee, Delegate Mr. Randall Parker III, and alternate Ms. Sheena Barnes. National Family and Community Engagement, Delegate Polly Taylor Gerken, and alternate Ms. Sheena Barnes. And Vouchers for Ohio Steering Committee is Delegate Ms. Polly Taylor Gerken. The other one I don't see on there is the Business Liaison, which I will be the representative. And I also, I think that's the only one that's missing. Do you see anything else? Sorry? You're there.
Oh, is that it?
Yep. Well,
Yes, sir.
no, yes, I'm sorry. Sure do.
Thank you.
Mr. Treasurer, and take a liberty, do you know of any other things that's on the list that should be covered? Especially with organizations, I guess.
I think we have them all.
Ms. Barnes, which one did you say?
It was the DEI liaison position for the district.
I think that is covered in the OSBA Diversity and Inclusion Committee, Randall Parker, and they're separate? Okay. And who was the representative like? Okay, then we'll appoint Sheena. Ms. Barnes, again,
Thank you, Mr. President.
okay. So we add that, Mr. Treasurer? Ms. Varwick? I see a questioning look on your face.
I am just the Northwest Region OSBA Executive Committee.
I took that off there because really anybody can be on the executive committee, and it's really, I didn't think it was really up to the president of the school board to appoint somebody. Don't you think we all can be on there or not? Or do you think we should have a representative? I'm open.
You should probably connect with Marty
Marty.
Rothy
Okay,
about that, but usually we designate someone so we at least know someone's going to attend the meeting.
okay. Would you write me down as the designee? Okay, that's it. All right. So nothing, no motion or resolution has to be passed for that. Okay. All right, that takes us to the next thing. But remember that we have to all get with our liaison. So the liaisons need to get with the board members assigned to their committee to come up with committee meetings, and we need to do those fairly quickly because with this week it already shortens a week the work that we have to do for the January meeting. So, okay. So hopefully we do that right after this meeting. The next section is section 8 with superintendent comments.
Again, welcome back. Happy New Year's, and congratulations to each of you, those who are coming in as well as those who are leaving out. We appreciate all that you do, and thank you all for being TPS proud. So again, thank you.
Treasurer, comments?
Congratulations on your appointment, Bob and Chris, and Randall. Thanks for a great year last year.
Board comments? Bishop Parker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to need a monitor. I can't hear too well here at the end. No, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity for comments. Congratulations to our leadership for 2025. We look forward to working with you. It's always a challenging year. with so many different things that come against public education. So thankful for our colleagues that we have that will continue to advocate and fight for it. Thank you.
Happy New Year, and thank you for taking on this role to our new president and vice president.
Thank you. Ms. Barnes?
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to say congratulations to you and Vice President Barwig on your appointment. Board Member Randall Parker, thank you so much for your leadership last year and your guidance as I continue to grow as a school board member, as a community leader, and an advocate for public education. I am excited to get this 2025 year started to show people how important public education is and how much we have to fight for it. So I am very excited to be with you all to get in some more good trouble.
Ms. Varwood?
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank my colleagues for voting for me for a leadership position. I do not take it lightly. I appreciate the trust that you put into me for this position. Bishop Parker, I want to thank you for a wonderful year. I was happy to vote to appoint you 2 other times and then vote to elect you, and really grateful to vote to elect you as president last year. So thank you for what you've done. Your leadership shines through, and even in the quiet moments, it shines through. And I look forward to having and serving on the committee with you again.
Okay, last comments for me is that I would like to just say that we do understand we do have some challenges coming up in the coming year. And we will all take on those challenges, and we will overcome any challenges that come our way. We're all about educating the kids, or the students, I should say, and looking out for our families. The other thing is, boy, we got some exciting stuff coming up too. We had some real exciting things coming up. We just passed our levy, and we're still excited about that. We don't get over that. But also the part of that was the Scott Park campus, and a lot of things that we have to do there, and things that we're going to do all across the district. So those are my comments. With that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? If none, treasurer, call the roll.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Mrs. Gerken,
Yes.
Mrs. Barwig,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yes.
Mr. Parker.
Yes.
All right, we have to